Hello everyone, this is Sri Lakshmi. Welcome to class 45 of Kerala PSC HSA English. Today's class is based on Arundhati Roy's debut novel, The God of Small Things, which was published in 1997. Susanna Arundhati Roy is an Indian author, political activist, anti-globalization essayist, and campaigner. She is best known for her novel, The God of Small Things, which won the Man Booker Prize for Fiction. Arundhati Roy is also well known for her involvement in environmental and human rights causes. She is also a scriptwriter. She has won Sydney Peace Prize in 2004. The major works of Arundhati Roy are The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, The Algebra of Infinite Justice, The Ordinary Person's Guide to Empire, Azadi, Freedom, Fascism, Fiction, My Seditious Heart, Listening to Grasshoppers, Capitalism, A Ghost Story, etc. The God of Small Things tells a story of the Ibe family. It was written during 1992 and in between 1992 and 1996 when she was in Delhi. The setting is Kerala itself, in a fictional place named Aimanam, and the year is between 1969 and 1993. This book explores how the small things affect people's behavior and their lives. We can say that the major theme of this novel is who should be loved and how much. It's a semi-autobiographical novel which is tragic in nature and contains 21 chapters. We can see the characters in a post-colonial age, and the major characters are Ammu, Chako, Velutta, Sophie Mole, Rahel and Esther, Baby Kochama, Papachi, Mamachi, etc. Ammu considers Velutta, who is a Paravan, a servant, as the god of small things. So let's get into the story. So when we go through the novel, we realize that the events are presented in a fragmentary manner, jumping back and forth between scenes in 1969 and 1993, and there is also a flashback story. The flashback story is that before 1969, Mamachi was married to Papachi. Both are the head of the family. Then by 1969, Papachi died, and Mamachi was, slowly or gradually becoming blind. And another, mature character, old generation character is Baby Kochama. Baby Kochama is the aunt of the twins Rahel and Esther. She's a very, very tough, bitter, jealous woman. So coming to the story, Mamachi and Papachi have two children, that is Ammu and Chako. So Chako went to Oxford for studies, and after that he married Margaret Kochama, an English woman there, and they had a daughter, Sophie Mole. And then Margaret left Chaco for another man named Joe. So then Chaco returns to IMNM and took over the control of the pickle factory, Paradise Pickles and Preserves. And about Ammu married Baba because she always had this intention to escape from IMNM because it was very suffocating for her. So she believed that she will have a very good life with Baba, but Baba turned out to be a very abusive man, alcoholic man. And they have twins, Rahel and Esther. And after the birth of these twins, the two separate, and then Ammu moved back to IMNM. So the background is that the IMNM is a fictional a place in Kottayam. It is presented like that, and at that time the Communist Party is in power, and they threatens to overthrow landlords like these Ipe family. And the Ipes live near an untouchable. Untouchable means, here it's a Paravan, which is an inferior, lower caste man. Untouchable family that includes Veluta. So Veluta, he is a very young man who works for Chaco, and he is loved by the twins. The twins like him so much, and the main action occurs when Sophie Mole comes to IMNM, and Joe dies in an accident. Do you remember Joe? Margaret Kochuma left Chaco for Joe. Joe dies in an accident, and Chaco invites Margaret Kochuma to IMNM during the holidays. So Esther, Rahel, Ammu, Chaco and baby Kochuma make a trip to the airport, and on the way their car is trapped by a communist march. After that, the family goes to see The Sound of Music, and there Esther is molested by this orange drink, lemon drink man, a vendor at the theater. The next day, Sophie Mole and Margaret arrive, and the family returns to IMNM. And Esther fears that the orange drink man will come for him. So he and Rahel find a boat and row across the river to the history house, the abandoned home of an Englishman. Then the twins hide there, set up, they make a hideout there. Meanwhile, Ammu dreams about Veluta. She has a special liking towards him. And that night, she and Veluta meet by the river, and they have, they have a physical relationship. And they continue to meet every night for the next 2 weeks. When Veluta's father, Valiya Papan, comes to, know about this, and he confesses his son's relationship with Ammu to Mamachi. And Mamachi and baby Kochama lock Ammu in a room, and she screams that the twins are a burden for her. Like, milestone around the neck. Milestone around the neck means it's like the twins are like a punishment for her. So the twins decide to run away to the history house. Their hideout is there, and Sophie Mole also comes with them. Their boat tips over and they cross the river, and what happens is that Sophie Mole drowns and dies. The twins reach shore and they are terrified, and they fall asleep in the history house, unaware that Vilita is there too. Then baby Kochama goes to the police station and tells that Vilita tried to rape Ammu and also kidnapped the children. And the policemen find Vilita and beat him very cruelly in front of Esther and Rahel. And when the inspector finds out that Vilita is innocent, the inspector's name is Thomas Matthew. He finds out that Vilita is innocent, and he threatens to charge against baby Kochama for giving a false information. So terrified, she's very terrified, and she convinces Esther to save Ammu by telling the police that Vilita killed Sophie Mole. And Vilita dies in jail that night. After Sophie Mole's funeral, baby Kochama convinces Chaco to throw Ammu out of the house, and Ammu is then forced to return Esther to Baba. The twins are separated in that way for 23 years, during which Esther stops speaking itself. And when he is 31, Baba re-returns him to Aymanam. And meanwhile, Rahel is kicked out of many schools, and Ammu dies. And when Rahel is 11, then Rahel marries an American guy and they lives in Boston, but they get divorced, and again she returns to Aymanam when she hears that Esther is there, and the twins are reunited in 1993. In the meantime, Mamachi died, and baby Kochama and the cook Kochumaria, they spend all the time watching TV as the house falls apart. And the history house has become a 5-star hotel now. And Esther do not speak even now. And Rahel and Esther, they spend time together. They spend some through old trinkets and notebooks, and they end up being together, and they have so much intimate relationship with themselves. It's a kind of an incestuous relationship. They enter into a physical relationship at the end. So that's all about the novel. Now let's see some questions. The setting of The God of Small Things is in India's southern state of course, Kerala. Because of you, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I would have been free. I should have dumped you in an orphanage the day you were born. You are the millstones round my neck. Who is the speaker of these lines? Ammu. Who is the untouchable in The God of Small Things? Vilita. In The God of Small Things, who is a high-ranking government official? Papachi. Papachi was an imperial entomologist. So there ends our class on The God of Small Things. Module 7, Basic Grammar, Phrasal Verbs. Go through the meanings of every phrasal verbs again and again. You have to revise it again and again, then only you will be able to recall whenever you see a question during the examination. So in this end of the class also, I am providing you with a set of phrasal verbs with meanings. The practice to make sentences, it's very very important. Make sentences, as many sentences as you like, and if you want to share it with everybody, you can share it and post it on the comment section. So see you in next class. Thank you.